Hey, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Do you have a great Red story to top that one?
I have hundreds of them.
Yeah, yeah. A lot on
I
a
have
golf
to.
course, I'll
I
bet
have to
too,
say
Jay.
that in the more than 55 years that I've been covering sports and especially baseball, that Red stands at the top of the list as the most remarkable gentleman, player, and person. I often talk about Bob Gibson being the greatest competitor that I ever covered. And I often talk about Musial, of course, and what he meant to the game. But Schoendienst, in a quiet manner, touched hundreds and hundreds of players, thousands and thousands and thousands of fans. And what Jim Holder was saying a moment ago about what he ignited in Milwaukee was remarkable, and his life was remarkable, although he didn't like to talk about it. I interviewed him so many times, and he would always say to me, "Don't talk about the tuberculosis thing, and don't talk about this." And but I said, "Red, people, there are a lot of people, especially young people, that don't know how sick you were, and that you were in a sanitarium, and your career was over, and you came back and played so well." And he had the most remarkable hand-eye coordination of any athlete that I ever covered or ever saw. When he was still in his mid-80s, he could hit a golf ball better than anybody I knew. And at the same time, I think about the transition that he made from the outfield to second base, and the great play at second base over the years, what he's meant to the Cardinals from the standpoint of being a player, a manager, a friend, a teacher. It's just, it is a time to celebrate the life of really one of the very special people that we've been able to enjoy here in St. Louis. And it's hard for me to put into words how much he's meant to me. And I know there are a lot of players this morning who are thinking the same thing. That tip that Red gave me, that talk that I had with Red, how special it was to be managed by Red. And he was not what you'd call a hands-on manager, an over-manager like Gene Mauch or somebody like that. He kind of just threw the ball out there and said, "Go play." But he was always teaching, always inspiring, and his life is a legacy that is just really almost beyond belief.
They don't make them like that anymore, do they?
No, they don't. I mean, when I think when my dad was in his final years, we brought him out to St. Louis, and he spent the last 9 years of his life here, and he died at age 96. But Red was so thrilled to meet my father, and they became very friendly. And I can remember Red telling me what a thrill it was for him to meet my dad, Senator Randolph, because he was one of the people who was instrumental in the New Deal days, the Roosevelt administration, and created the CCC camp, which was a civilian conservation corps. Thousands of young men all over America being paid $1 a day and getting 3 meals and a bed, and working to create our park system and the highway system and the dams across America. And Red told me on more than one occasion that the greatest thing that ever happened to him was to be able to go into the CCC and work for them, because he was dirt poor. He had absolutely nothing except a desire to do the best he could at whatever he was doing. And it meant so much to him. He told me, he said, Jay, I'd have never lived to be 25 if it hadn't have been for the CCC kids.
Wow, that's a great story all the way around.
Yeah.
Jay Randolph, we're out of time. On a side note, you've got a very important race coming up here on Saturday, and I know Red and everybody else wants to know if I'm going to be there. Should I put $5 on the nose of Justify or not?
Well, I would say that literally thousands of people all over the world are going to bet at least $2 to win on Justify and then not cash the ticket, save it as a souvenir.
Sure.
If the horse wins the Triple Crown. I have a lot of experts that tell me the horse will win, and it's been a remarkable story. I have a lot of other people that tell me they don't think that Justify is going to get the job done.
Well,
fascinating race, 10 horses. Our seminar on KTRS is at 6:30 on Friday evening.
6:30 tomorrow night.
And Doug Nackman, who has been really hot and has picked the first two exactas of the Triple Crown, he'll be with me, of course, and giving his thoughts. He doesn't like to bet favorites, but I'm wondering if he might not bet a favorite this time around.
Jay, we will listen with great anticipation at 6:30. Thanks for the great insight. You take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, McGraw.